3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8.
Hi guys, thanks for coming. Okay, a recent study showed that most people spend roughly 5 hours a day on their phone. This equates to about 76 days a year. With all that time gawking at a tiny screen, how much time are we truly spending with our significant others? Being completely present. Hi, I'm Angelique Molinaro, and today we'll talk about the effects of cell phones on relationships, the positive side, the negative issues, and rules that couples can follow. First, let's examine how these machines are making us miss millions of magnificent moments with our loved ones. A smartphone is a black hole of bright lights, a bottomless well of witty texts, a parade of passive-aggressive pictures, and a relentless river of recordings. This constant interaction with our phone drowns out our attention span in nonsense and leaves our significant others feeling bored and lonely. And while phones provide individuals with infinite information, this is not always a good thing. We all know the incredible satisfaction of providing our loved ones with a quick fact-finding search on Google, but we also know the terrible compulsion to keep reading that first fact and go into the entire article. And by the time we turn back to reality, our loved one is fast asleep. We have just created what researchers call technoference. Another innovative yet harmful feature on cell phones is that they almost all come equipped with cameras these days. This makes individuals look for photo opportunities in every moment of their life, which ensures that they're more focused on themselves and the way they look rather than their actual moments and company present. Now that we've dwelled on the negative nature of our phones, let's try to appreciate the positive aspects of our devices. By far, the best aspect of a smartphone is the ability to instantly and clearly communicate with our significant others. These intimate, instant touches can be done in multiple ways, including calling, text messaging, pictures, emojis, and even video. In addition to this direct communication, there are even greater opportunities for romantic gestures via social media and other networking sites, which allows you to display your digital display of affection to everyone that you know. And if exercised in moderation, the camera on our phones can be used to capture snapshots of beautiful moments with our loved ones, mementos for us to have and reflect on, and memories right inside our pocket, much like an old school hard copy photo album that we always carry with us. So now that we've examined the negative and positive effects of cell phones, let's explore the importance of boundaries and rules that can help couples. One major rule to follow is to know when to disconnect. Try to put your phone down as much as possible, even putting your phone on silent while spending time with your partner to be completely present. Another important boundary to know is that it's not okay to go through your partner's phone. According to a 2012 study, about 2/3 of participants admitted to looking into their partner's cell phones, private messages, social media, networking sites, and text. And they did it without that person's consent. Clearly, this is a pervasive issue that is a source of division and distrust for many couples. With all that being said, it's clear to see that cell phones will always be a large part of our lives in many ways. But after reviewing the good, the bad, and the ugly, hopefully we can find a way to create balance in our relationships with our phones and our loved ones. So try disconnecting in order to reconnect with those loved ones around you. So let's open the floor to a question and answer session. Thank you for your time. If there's any questions, we can take those now.
What does your slideshow look like?
Oh, so here you go. This is the amount of time spent on cell phone use. Again, almost half of the smartphone users spend more than 5 hours a day on their devices. Negative side effects, obviously. You have two people not clearly interacting with each other, but more, convinced on what's interesting in their phone. Positive side effects, this lovely lady is talking to her boyfriend. Precious. These are the rules. Side effect, the rules. So this little slide, you have a lady snooping through her man's phone. And then again, question and answers, if anyone has a question. Yes, Brittany?
In preparing this, how have you maybe wanted to accommodate more to your own advice?
I definitely have realized that snooping is not good. You should never do that. It's definitely very invasive of your significant other's privacy. So I'm definitely going to hone in on that, try to heed that advice to not do so.
I think phones in the car when they're driving is the worst.
Oh yes, absolutely. No, that's definitely a big thing. When doing my research, I noticed that that was even a bigger issue than just with their relationship. It was more of the whole driving thing. That definitely was a big problem in the research that I did. Any other questions?
We've always found that it's always good, like on a date night or something, that you just shut your phones off and absolutely do not take any calls. And the same thing, like if you're doing a family dinner or things like that. And that's just the ground rule from the very beginning.
Yeah, no, in my research, I definitely found that that was a lot of what people stuck by, was to just disconnect and focus on where they are and to be totally present.
So I've even seen at some gatherings, like when you go to the host or the hostess's house, there's a bowl where you're supposed to drop your phones in before you arrive. So literally the whole time you're there, you have to socialize with.
Right.
Because sometimes we pick up our phone out of a nervous habit. You know?
Absolutely. No, that's a great idea. That should be something that's done at every gathering.
After doing all this research, how has it positively impacted your relationship with your significant other?
I have made it a point to put the phone down and focus more on my relationship with my boyfriend, and just to be present and enjoy our quality time together and not get caught up with what's going around with people who you might not even really know, like celebrities and gossip and stuff. It doesn't even pertain to your actual life. So I've definitely made it a point to put the phone down and focus on where I'm at. So.
And also, if you're talking on the phone, you do have to talk on the phone. Go in the other room and have a private conversation instead of everybody listening to your conversation.
Exactly.
Whether it be in an airport, a concourse, a hotel, or at the shopping center, or just in a group of people.
Yeah.
Go in the other room, have your phone call, and then be done with it.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great night.